right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Unhinged and Undocumented. I am the big man Jimbo coming at you live with the twin magic Cody and Rafe.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
And of course, our resident undocumented man who's having a little technical difficulties, Mr. Cruz.
Damn you, camera! Hello, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you want to talk about? I'll tell you what I want to talk about. Hey, guys. Oh!
You.
Exactly. Well, if you guys didn't recall last week's episode, I had a big striking helmet on my head, professing my love and the destruction coming for the Oklahoma Sooners at the hands of the Texas Longhorns. And gentlemen, we were not disappointed, were we?
Hell no.
Heck no.
Didn't even let him score a tutty.
Started off a little slow. Started off a little slow. But when he turned it back on,
oh yeah,
laid them
oh
out.
yeah. If for those of you who didn't get a chance to catch the game, Texas took on Oklahoma at the Allstate Sugar Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, at the Allstate Cotton Bowl in Dallas at the State Fair, and not only defeated OU, but pretty much routed them. As Rafe said, didn't even let them score a touchdown, defeating their hated rivals from our Big 12 days and now SEC rival 34-3. Gentlemen, Texas basically put on a clinic, didn't they?
Yeah, we did.
There was nothing happening. So everyone looks at the score, and as I've been hearing, hey, okay, they won 34-3, big whoop and whatnot. Yes, while the score isn't like that immaculate, you got to look at what you saw.
You have to look at the history of the Red River games.
100%.
Yeah.
Not just that. Texas's defense was lights out.
Mm.
Let me help you understand here. Oklahoma's quarterback is a 5-star prospect, a true freshman who is a 5-star prospect out of high school. Okay, they giving that boy nightmares for the rest of his life.
Did you see when Michael Taft sacked him for like 20 yards?
Oh yeah, big number 16 Michael Taft coming off the edge for that sack. Baron Sorrell eating him alive. Oh. It was gorgeous.
2 straight drives with fumbles for recoveries. 2 straight plays with fumbles for recoveries.
At the end of the second quarter to pad the lead.
Yep.
It was a clinic. Texas's offense could look a lot better. But you know what? Quinn's back after a couple games of rust. But he got it going finally. Texas's defense couldn't have looked any better.
Yep.
I mean, yes, Oklahoma got down to the goal line on the very last drive of the game, but Texas did not allow a touchdown.
They said nada. And their starters weren't even in.
OU had all that hype. There was all that hype from Oklahoma coming into this game that Texas wasn't ready. I remember all the rhetoric from last year that Oklahoma fears no one, but Texas fears Oklahoma. Really?
Not.
Really? Really?
I just got one thing to say. It's 10:52 and OU still sucks.
Yeah, right.
Hook 'em, baby. Hook 'em. So sorry. I had to get it out, man. It was such a great game. I was so happy. I got to spend it in Sealy with my dad. We don't get to see each other that much anymore because I live so far away and our work schedules conflict. But I was in Sealy, had my helmet before the game started, prayed to the good Lord above, asked Mama, who's up above with Jesus, to be over the Longhorns because she loves her horns too. Banged my head on that helmet a couple of times, and then watched Texas go to work. And I'm serious when I say this. I banged my head on that helmet before every game. It's a tradition you wouldn't understand.
Remember when we used to headbutt each other before the game?
Yes, that was the thing. Anyone who's wondering, yes, me and this guy over here used to headbutt each other before the games, and it was great. But it was a great day. Texas took care of business. There was also some other big, some other things going on as well last Saturday. One of the bigger things, and because was Ohio State and Oregon. So for those of you who know, Ohio State was the favorite for that game, but the Oregon Ducks, number 3 Oregon, who is now number 2 Oregon. Cheers to y'all. took care of business and took down the Buckeyes. Guys, what did y'all think about that game? If y'all were y'all able to catch it?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it, but I did
Okay.
see the score, and I wish I would have watched it.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces, but I did see the ending, in which, like I was saying earlier, that game, it was won by Oregon. I'm not going to take that away from them, but at the same time, Ohio State was down by 2. All the quarterback had to do was go down. They had a timeout still. All he had to do was go down. They were in field goal range, and they could have won the game. He lost them that game.
I will agree. All he had to do was go down, but at the same time, you have to look at it from the quarterback's perspective. He's trying to give his kicker the best shot possible. But I will agree, they did have enough time to get the ball into position and call a timeout, but he had way too much fancy dancy feet, and ultimately it did cost them the game. So, what's his name? So the quarterback actually that I want to talk about is Oregon's quarterback.
Dylan Gabriel.
Some of you might recall this man, Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel was the quarterback for OU last year. Dylan Gabriel handed us that loss last year. That was harsh.
Yep.
I didn't like him, but guys, I have to say, this guy is as advertised. He's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good quarterback. I mean, to have Ohio State come in, a team that's always ranked in the top 5, and to be able to pull off the upset against Ohio State, that's a bad dude.
Yep.
He's a good quarterback. Oregon State is honestly, for me, I think Oregon State's the real deal.
I agree.
They gave up They gave up points to Ohio State, but their offense made plays when it mattered. So hats off to the Ducks. I did pick the Ducks as my upset pick for last week. Unfortunately, we had some things going on personally in our lives, so we weren't able to get our stats updated from last week. But we will have that for y'all next week, and we'll let y'all know how everybody's doing that wise. Next thing we're going to transition to is we want to talk about Alabama just barely making it past South Carolina. And when I say just barely, I mean by like the skin of their teeth. Rafe, I'm going to let you talk about that one a little bit.
Dude, I don't care what anybody says. Alabama is honestly starting to become a program that nobody's going to want to go to. Nick Saban was the reason that everybody wanted to be there. Nick Saban,
for sure.
Put it this way, that team might be undefeated if Nick Saban was there. And they would look a hell of a lot better because the culture that he had for Alabama is what brought everybody in. This new coach they have, dude, he's just letting players get away with shit that they shouldn't. I mean, it's terrible. That does not look like the Alabama team as of the last 2 decades or decade that we've seen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
you can tell by the look on, Saban's face. He's like, man, this is not how this team is supposed to be ran.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly on this because if you look at it from a perspective from a couple years removed to now, Alabama has either gotten beaten by a team or has completely blown teams out of the water.
Yeah.
This year they're racking up points, but they're not finishing the job. They're not doing the job.
And that's saying a lot because Jalen Milroe was like one of the top front runners for Heisman this year, and now he's just...
Yeah, exactly. It is saying a lot. But you see, the thing is, and I can't get over it, is that you're playing teams who you should easily be defeating.
Yeah.
Okay? They should have defeated Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beat them. They should have lost to South Carolina. But due to an unfortunate pass that was picked off, they survived South Carolina. You look at their past games. I'm actually going to pull it up really quick because it's worth noting. Okay.
Well, that's one thing that their coach said was he said when they were going like into the locker room after the game, they did the interview with him, and he said I'm proud of these guys. You're proud of them for barely skipping by.
All right, so listen to this, okay? So this was their first three games, okay? The first game was against Western Kentucky, 63 to 0, expected. The second game was against South Florida, 42 to 16, again expected. Their third game was against Wisconsin, 42 to 10. Okay, and here's where things start to get rocky. All right, they took on Alabama. They took on Georgia. Okay, we all saw the highlights from the Georgia game. If you didn't watch the Georgia game, Georgia came all the way back from 28 points down against a team that had their number and took the lead late in the fourth quarter. And Alabama was just barely able to skip by the shred of the teeth. And I know the whole, but a win's a win. Yes, a win is a win. But you had a team's number at halftime. And I know that the game is won in the fourth quarter, but you had a team's number at halftime by 28 points. That's 4 scores. And you allowed said team to come all the way back and get back in the game and almost beat you. Okay? Then you fast forward, okay, to Alabama versus Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt kicked their ass. I do not care if the score was 40 to 35. What they let Georgia do and come back on them came back to bite them in the ass in the form of Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt beat the crap out of them. And then you fast forward to this past weekend. Again, same thing. They struggled against South Carolina. South Carolina made the comeback and almost got into field goal position. If they'd have gotten into that field goal position they needed, Alabama loses another game. 2 in a row. This new Alabama team, Rafe, that you were just now talking about, this new culture of Alabama does not remind you of Alabama football. When you think of Alabama football, you think of the past 10 to 12 years with Nick Saban, the dominance that he created in Tuscaloosa. He was creating battle-hard troops that were going to the NFL and continuing to be battle-hard troops.
Yep.
Now, this team under Kevin DeBoer, now I will give Kevin DeBoer this. This is his first year as the Alabama head coach. But last year, he took Washington to the CFP national title game. Okay? First round, they defeated Texas. Texas almost came back and won. Okay? It stung, but they defeated Texas, took them to the national title against Michigan. Okay? So I'll give Kevin DeBoer that. I think he's a good coach. But to go from taking Washington to the national title game to now coaching at Alabama, you're expected certain things and to continue a legacy paved by Nick Saban.
Yep.
You're failing. In my eyes, he's failing. I don't know. Cody, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. They're all just, seems like ever since Nick left, they're just a bunch of spoiled little brats that, throw a fit when they don't get their way. And I mean, this shit's unacceptable. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's annoying because no matter what happens, no matter who Alabama loses to or by how much, even if it's the worst team in the fucking FBS, somehow Alabama's not going to drop as much as they should, if at all, in the polls. And it's
100%. 100%. I mean, if Texas were to lose tomorrow, I guarantee you Texas will be down near the top 10, down near number 10. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
But Alabama, okay, and make no mistake, we're taking on a top 5 team tomorrow. We're taking on Georgia, the 2-time national defending champions over the last 3 years.
Yep.
Okay, against Kirby Smart, right?
Yeah.
That's his name, Kirby Smart? Against Kirby Smart, who is no slack of a coach. Okay, by any means necessary. If Texas were to lose tomorrow, I guarantee y'all, by Sunday, we will be down near number 10.
Yep.
But and that's against a ranked Georgia team. Alabama lost to an unranked Vanderbilt team and didn't even fall out of the top 10.
No, Texas demolished Mississippi State and still dropped below Alabama.
And yeah, you're right, they did. And all that after Alabama beat Georgia by the skin of their teeth, by letting Georgia come back, take the lead, and then just barely winning in the fourth quarter. I have such a higher expectation for Alabama football. It makes sense. Now, make no mistake, I don't like Alabama. Okay, I respect Nick Saban as a coach, but I don't like him. Okay, but I don't know. This just doesn't feel or look like Alabama football.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like a new coach trying to reinvent a culture in Tuscaloosa when one was already established by hands down one of the greatest coaches of all times.
Yeah.
All I have to say about that. But that's all I have to say in regards to that. Moving on, I've made reference to it. But guys, we got another big matchup this week, baby.
Sure
We got
do.
Texas taking on Georgia. The Bulldogs will be coming into DKR. We got a video we want to show for y'all, so please sit back and enjoy the watch. Rafe, if you will.
This is where history meets the present.
You are looking live at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium in Austin.
A sacred ground where tradition fuels the fire, where passion ignites the will to win. When you wear this jersey, every game is a big game. That's why the standard is the standard. And we don't accept nothing less. We can't control what other people say. We can't control what they think. But what we can control is the work. And the work always wins out. All those hours working in silence to bring 100,000 fans to life. With every hit, every pass.
Oh, that hit was so
every
nasty.
tackle, we push ourselves,
That heck was so nasty.
we push each other, and we push the standard to new heights.
And that play right there
When
was
the sun
play of the game to me.
Yeah.
and the lights come on, it's time to prove who we are. Because we know what we're chasing. It's all eyes on Texas. The
College
stage
game
is
day
set,
tomorrow, baby.
the horns are
Yep.
up, and the fight is on. Hook 'em.
Welcome,
Welcome,
baby.
baby. Oh, man. Already
We got
so
one
fired
more.
up for tomorrow. Please sit back and enjoy this other
DKR is
video.
gonna be rocking. Our fans have been tremendous all year. Our game day atmosphere has grown. I'm sure there's going to be smoke and fireworks and a light show and a drone show and all the things, but really it all boils back down to our fans. They've been tremendous. Our students have been tremendous, whether we've been at home or on the road. It's becoming a very intimidating place to come and play, and we're going to need it to be again Saturday night.
Let's go.
Oh, my Lord. I'm so
It feels
fired
so
up.
good for Texas to be back, bro. It
Oh,
feels
man, it does. It really does. Oh, man. I'm
And
so
this
fired
time
up.
it doesn't feel like it's a one-time thing. It feels like he is building this organization up to just completely take over the SEC.
Yeah. Well, a lot of one word in particular has been thrown around Texas a lot since joining the SEC, and I know they just joined this year and whatnot. But a word that's been thrown around even before they joined, when they were still part of the Big 12 last year, is culture.
Yep.
Steve Sarkisian is creating a culture at Texas that is drawing players from not just the state of Texas, but from all over the country to come and play with him, to come and play for him. He's building something magical there. And honestly, I feel that he learned from one of the best coaches, again, that there's ever been in Nick Saban.
Yep.
Because Nick Saban built a culture at Alabama that was hard to mimic. But I really feel like Steve Sarkisian is building a culture at Texas that is going to be unmatched in the SEC.
And all of the commits that have been flipping throughout this whole offseason and during this season just shows that people know what is building at Texas.
Oh, I wish I could see my arms. I have goosebumps, man. Oh, look, it's so good to be able to, to live in a state, to be able to cheer for a team that has so much tradition, has so much hype, has such a fan base, not just in the state, but outside of the state as well. And, like he said in the video, it's been the fans, man. And the greatest thing about the University of Texas Longhorns is our fan base travels so well.
Yep.
I mean, we were in it. We were in Ann Arbor for the Michigan game. Okay, you saw how many of us were in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl game. Okay, we travel so well, and I have no doubt that when we go on the road after Georgia to take on our next opponent, we're going to travel really well again. But oh man, anyway, Texas is number one. Texas is number 5. Georgia tomorrow. It's going to be great. As I don't remember, I didn't catch who said it. It's either Ray for Cody. College Game Day will be live from Austin, Texas, off the University of campus. Oh,
Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, Pat will be there.
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
But I swear to God, if Pat picks the Bulldogs to beat Texas, we no longer like Pat McAfee.
He better come back to WWE as a heel because I'm not gonna like him.
I swear to God, if he picks Georgia to beat Texas, we're no longer friends. And I hope this video finds him. I hope this finds you, Pat.
And you know he's coming back for the Rumble because it's in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be there. He has to be there. I'm so fired up, so hyped. And I will be home just in time to catch the kickoff of the game. So I'm really psyched about that.
Anyway, I will be watching in Discord if y'all want to watch with me, but
we'll see what's up. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop into our college picks of the week and move things right along. So, number 1 on the list, like I said, started this convo. We got number 1 Texas taking on number 5 Georgia in downtown Austin at DKR. I'm all aces here. I got Texas. No doubt, I'm not taking anything away from Georgia. I think that this is going to be one of Texas's biggest challenges because Georgia does have a high-octane offense. Yeah. Now, Georgia's defense hasn't been what Georgia's defense has been in the past, but their offense is still very high-octane. And Carson Beck is the real deal. So, I'm predicting that Texas's defense is going to be able to close him down. Okay? I feel they're going to get to him in the pocket. They're going to make him uncomfortable. They're going to make him make mistakes, as they have other quarterbacks that they've gone up against already. I am going to say Texas takes this by 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to go Texas by 7 points.
Okay.
I'm going Texas by 10. Like you said, I think their defense is going to just keep steamrolling. I mean, the way they have been. They've only allowed 3 touchdowns through this whole season so far, and every single one of them was garbage time.
Yeah.
All right, Cruz, who you got, man?
Texas by 2 touchdowns.
All right. So like I said, I think we're all expecting this game to be a relatively tight game until the end, but I think Texas will take it. Moving on, we got number 6 Miami, the U, taking on the Louisville Cardinals. Miami is still undefeated, but I don't really think Miami has played anybody this year yet. I mean,
they haven't really played that well, to be honest.
They haven't. Well, I mean, they struggled against Virginia Tech and Cal, but I mean, the sad thing is both those teams were unranked and whatnot. So, I feel that if Miami doesn't get it together and fix their woes, they can potentially fall to Louisville. This will not be my upset pick, though. I'll take Miami to beat Louisville by 10 points.
I'll take Miami by 3 points.
Okay.
I'll take Miami by 2 touchdowns.
Chris?
Miami by 1 touchdown.
Okay. Moving on, we got number 10 Clemson taking on Virginia. Ever since Clemson lost their first game they have been on it. Dabo Swinney has gotten them refocused and are moving in the right direction. They have been just completely annihilating teams. I think their closest game since their first loss of the year was against Florida State, which was 29-13. After that, they have just been destroying everybody that's gotten in their wake. So, unfortunately, I do like Virginia Tech, but I do not see anything less happening. I will take Clemson by 3 touchdowns.
I'll take Clemson by 14.
I'll go Clemson by 10.
Clemson by 10.
All right, moving on. We got the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on number 16. And yes, I did not say number 16, Indiana, the Hoosiers. I thought that was a basketball school.
Right?
Dude, fucking Indiana is undefeated and ranked. When do you think you're good at football?
Oh,
Nebraska has stumbled one time this year, but since then have done good by themselves to stay rolling at 5-1. You know what? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let me close look at what we're doing really fast. You know what? Fuck it. Why not? Let's do this. I'm gonna take Nebraska as my dark horse pick this week to upset Indiana. I say they upset them by 10 points.
I'm going to Indiana by 3 points.
ooh. I'm going Nebraska by 10.
Okay.
I'll take Nebraska by a touchdown.
Oh, look who the odd man out is, as usual, Cody.
Watch Cody be right, though.
I know, right? Watch Cody be the only one who gets his call right. All right, moving on. We've got number 19, Missouri, taking on Auburn. Auburn has looked less than impressive this year. After Mizzou dropped that loss to A&M, they got refocused and whatnot, and are sitting at 5-1. I will take the Tigers over Auburn by 3 scores.
I'll go Mizzou by 2 scores.
Mizzou by 17 points.
Okay.
Mizzou by 10 points.
Moving right along, we got Eastern Carolina taking on, gentlemen, are you ready for this? Number 23, Army. The Golden Knights are undefeated and ranked.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's absolutely crazy. Man.
Army is undefeated and ranked. What the hell is going on this year?
I don't know.
Who
the best football timeline ever.
Who told them they were good at football? I want to know who lied to these guys.
Yes, your sergeant.
Well, the Golden Knights have looked absolutely superb, and I'm going to say that the train keeps rolling over the Pirates of Eastern Carolina. I'm going to take Army by 10 points.
I'll go Army by 7 points.
I'll go Army by 7.
Okay.
Army by a touchdown.
I love how everybody went Army. Nobody wants to turn on the Army. All right, guys, this is a pivotal one right here. This will explain a lot on what's going to happen in the SEC. We got number 7 Alabama taking on number 11 Tennessee.
Let's go Tennessee.
Both teams have dropped one game, but both teams have reestablished themselves. Well, one of them definitely has. Tennessee's got that high-powered offense led by their freshman quarterback. Alabama is just not looking like Alabama. This isn't an upset pick. Honestly, this is my pick. I think Tennessee's going to shock Alabama and beat them. I'm going to take Tennessee by 7 points.
Agreed. I'm going to take Tennessee by 10 points.
Okay.
I'll say Tennessee by 2 touchdowns, and I don't think it's a shocker. I think that's what everybody's expecting.
Same. I'll go with Rafe. Tennessee by 2 touchdowns.
All right. Moving on, we got number 12 Notre Dame taking on Georgia Tech. Notre Dame is sitting at 5-1, but the Georgia Tech team, they're sitting at 5-2. They're right behind them. Georgia Tech, this is Roman Reigns' alma mater.
Yep.
Man, I've been wrong about picking against Notre Dame this year so far. So, what the hell? Let's keep the train rolling. I'm going to take Georgia Tech by a late field goal.
I was waiting to hear that. I was like, let's keep it going. Let's keep the train going.
I'm going to go Notre Dame by a late field goal.
Okay.
Tell me if you recognize my pick by this. Ooh, ah.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
I'm going to go Georgia Tech by 10 points.
Okay, Chris?
Bro, I gotta go with the tribal chief, man.
Let's
I
go.
gotta
Let's go.
I'll take them. I'll take them by. I'll say
The
10
OTC.
points.
Watch this be another scenario where Cody is right and we're all wrong.
Hey, for real.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got number 24, Michigan, taking on this one's still a shocker. Number 22, Illinois, who has a better record than Michigan. Illinois is another basketball school.
Yep.
Who the hell told Illinois they were good at football? I want to know who got to these teams this offseason and told them, hey, you guys are going to be good at football this year.
It's Bud Boucher. He's a captain of Sailor for the Moisey.
They're like, bro, what if you took what you learned in basketball and put it towards football? Just blew it out of the water.
Right? Man, this is a hard one because I mean Illinois has looked good. I mean Michigan kind of got it together after Texas handed it to them, but then they come out last week and they get owned by Washington. So, I mean, this isn't an upset pick either. This is just my pick. I'm going to take Illinois for the win by 10 points over Michigan.
I'm gonna take Illinois by 7 points.
Yeah, I think Michigan's program is kind of going down, and I'm predicting them to lose this one as well. I'm going to go. I say they lose by 10 points.
Okay.
Who is it? Michigan and who?
Michigan against Illinois.
I'll take Illinois by a touchdown.
All right. Moving right along, guys. We got another shocker right here, okay? And I say this because this really is a fucking shocker, okay? We've got Charlotte, okay? Nobody knows who the hell they are, okay? But you have Charlotte taking on number 25, Navy, who is 5-0.
Army and Navy are both ranked and undefeated. That's crazy.
That's absolutely crazy to think about.
Who the hell told these seamen, okay, they're good at football? I know this is the third time I have said this, but seriously, who the hell is telling these teams all of a sudden they're good at football? Because Army and Navy are never good at football. I don't think there's ever been a time Army and Navy have both been undefeated in a year.
Dude, for
They
real.
said the last time was like 1930 something or some shit.
God dang.
Our parents weren't even alive yet. We weren't even a thought yet. But I'm going to say that the Cadets keep it rolling, man. I'm going to say Navy obliterates Charlotte. And I really hope that they do because, hey, Navy and Army are both undefeated, man. It's crazy year. So I'll take Navy by 14 points.
I'll go Navy by 10.
Navy by a touchdown.
Okay.
Navy by 10 points.
All right. This next one, nobody could give a shit about. It's number 14, Texas A&M versus the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Sick 'em dogs. I am obligated to pick against A&M, so I'll take Mississippi State by however many points.
Take Mississippi State by 3 points.
I'm going to go Mississippi State by 10.
Mississippi by a touchdown.
I really do hope Mississippi State kicks their ass. I'm just saying.
For real.
It would make me hella happy.
You know what
Because,
made me
you know.
hella happy? If they won the rest of their games until they played Texas, and then Texas just
Lost, right?
made them depressed.
That'd be awesome.
All right, guys. Coming up next, we've got number 8 LSU taking on the Razorbacks of Arkansas. LSU is ranked number 8 and is 5-1, but Arkansas sticking with it, man. They're 5-2, and not just that. Arkansas comes in this game with a big head after knocking off Tennessee last week.
Yep.
That was a shock. I don't think any of us picked that one right. I think we all picked Tennessee to beat them.
Yep.
So I mean, this would be a tough one because LSU's coming over to Arkansas to take on the Razorbacks. So, oh man, I don't know. That's a tough. That's a real tough one, man.
That's what she said.
That's disgusting. You know what? Call me crazy, but I'm going to take the Pigs to upset the Tigers. I'll take Arkansas by 10 points.
We'll go Arkansas on the last minute field goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go LSU by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'll take Arkansas by a touchdown.
Awesome blossom. And moving right along, we got the new big brother, or one of the new big brothers of the Big 12. We got the Iowa State Cyclones, who are 6-0, still undefeated, ranked at number 9, taking on UCF. Iowa State is doing what everybody knew Iowa was good at, and that's win games. You know, since Texas and Oklahoma departed the Big 12, Iowa State and BYU have taken up residence as the front runners for that conference. So I'm going to say Iowa State just basically destroys UCF.
Yeah, I'm taking Iowa State by. I'm gonna go 3 touchdowns. Fuck it.
Okay.
We go Iowa State by 2 touchdowns.
Good deal.
Iowa State by 2 touchdowns.
Awesome. Moving on, we got number 17, Kansas State, taking on West Virginia in a Big 12 battle. Kansas State trying to keep pace with both Iowa State and BYU. They're sitting at 5-1, with West Virginia at locked up at 500 at 3-3.
They beat Colorado last week.
They did. Kansas State definitely did beat Colorado last week. And before we make our picks, I would like to just say thank you, Kansas State, for beating Colorado. Because
and thank you for breaking Shiloh Sanders' ankles. That was fucking
no.
amazing.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Not literally breaking his ankles, but
okay. My bad. My bad. I'm thinking of the wrong game. I thought you were referring to the guy who actually got injured and was out for a while.
No.
My bad. I was about to say we don't do that on here.
On anyone.
Okay, but yeah, okay. Good call. But anyway, thank you. Thank you so much, Kansas State, for beating Colorado and shutting Coach Prime the hell up about how good this Colorado team is going to be and about how great his son is. He's clearly not. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. I will take Kansas State over West Virginia, but I'll say this one gets out of hand early. I'll take Kansas State by 21.
I'll go K-State by 14.
Yeah, I'll go K-State by 21. 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State by 2 touchdowns.
And our last game to call for this week, we got number 21, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the Stanford Trees. I know that's not what they're called, but their thing is a tree, so you know.
Yeah, their mascot is literally a tree. Looks
yes,
really
it is. SMU is 5-1, Stanford is 2-4, and not looking like they're going to get any better. So I will take SMU by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna go SMU by 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
SMU by 14.
Awesome blossom.
SMU by 2 touchdowns.
Good deal. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for the college football segment of this show. Next, moving on, gentlemen, is my unfortunate. You know what? I don't even. Fuck it. Let's not church it up. We have to talk about the NFL, you guys, and which means we have to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm actually really sick of talking about the Dallas Cowboys. So, Cody and Rafe, I'm going to let you two bounce this off of each other because I'm as you can tell, I normally wear my Dallas Cowboys hat during this show. But as you can tell, I'm wearing my Texas Longhorns hat. There's not a Dallas Cowboy thing in sight right now for me. So, Cody and Rafe, please, let's go ahead and get this started.
I will start off by saying going into that game, I knew it was going to be a clinic. And the reason I say that is the team's been off lately. Dak and CD have been off. The defense, I mean, they literally showed a thing saying all but 2 of the starters on defense are injured. So it was literally second and third string defense. I mean, it's to the point now where it's so boring to watch. Like, it's been a really long time since I haven't been excited to watch the Cowboys play football.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad to say, but I don't think it's going to change until Jerry's gone.
And we'll get into that in a little bit, but that game there, guys, I'll be honest with you, all I could do was sit there and laugh and watch it and laugh and laugh, especially seeing Jerry Jones's face through the whole thing. I mean, and like I said, we'll get into the Jerry Jones thing here in a minute, but talking about the game itself, I mean, I knew the Lions were going to win that game, but I was hoping Dallas would at least put up a little bit of a fight. But that was. I was gonna say it was painful to watch, but it really wasn't. It was hysterical in my eyes, honestly, because they did it to themselves. I mean,
getting blown out 4 straight home games,
yeah,
is just unacceptable.
4 straight after winning 16 straight. You win 16 straight home games, and then you get blown out 4 in a row, including playoffs. How the fuck do you even let that happen? And it was on Jerry Jones' birthday.
Yeah, I saw that too. Oh God, what a beautiful game that was.
I want your take on this before we move on to the next thing, because that next thing I'll actually pull up a clip on the audio for it, and we'll all listen to it together.
Oh God.
Here we go. This is where he got serious when he took his sunglasses off.
You want my take on this?
Here we go.
Boy, that is bold. That is really fucking bold.
I know we're unhinged, but let's try to keep it clean here.
Yeah. We are fucking unhinged. And that is exactly what I am becoming with this Dallas game. I am becoming so fucking unhinged, it is not even okay anymore. It is not even funny anymore, okay? Like Rafe said, all he could do was sit back and laugh at that performance. Cody said it was just it got out of hand so fast, and they both hit on it. 4 home games in a row. Not only have we lost, we have gotten our asses scraped on the field and handed back to us. It's not even embarrassing. It's fucking pathetic. Look, I get that half of our defense is out right now. Okay, I understand that. Injuries happen. All right? But
remember those criticisms very well.
Our offense has what he was quoted, okay, as last year as one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL last year.
Sean and RJ and Bobby.
Okay, we have who is arguably, if not the number one of the top 2 wide receivers in the NFL last year, and yet we can't score a fucking touchdown to save our lives. Like, if our lives depended on Dak throwing a touchdown, Cody's going to die.
Now, if you think
if our lives depended on CeeDee Lamb catching a touchdown, Rafe's going to die. If our lives depended on Dak Prescott not throwing an interception, me and Cruz are totally fucked.
Yep.
Like Cody said, I expected the Lions to win that game. I even said last week that the Lions were my pick to win that game. But that was fucking embarrassing.
That was an absolute embarrassment.
That was.
That not only did we lose, they came in at home. Mm-hmm. They came into our house on our owner's birthday. Kicked our ass every which way from right, and then left. They bent us over and didn't even give us the common courtesy of a spit in the hand. it's fucking pathetic, and I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Didn't it?
Yeah,
Didn't
pretty
it?
much.
Oh my god!
Pretty much.
I saw a clip of it somewhere. Didn't it get to a point where the Lions were just like, "Screw it, we'll do whatever," and they threw it to, I believe it was a linebacker.
They
or
lined up
somebody?
their right tackle.
That was it. Yeah, the right tackle.
Receiver.
Yeah, that was it. Dude, they
know.
didn't care. They had the game at that point. They just, oh my god, it was absolutely pathetic.
We couldn't even cover a fucking right tackle.
You
Yeah.
know what? All this stems to what exactly is the next thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is the way that Jerry Jones is running this team. And I have a clip pulled up for y'all.
Jerry Jones is running this team into the fucking ground.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm going to share this with y'all real quick. Let's see.
Oh
Now, if you
God,
think
not
I'm
this.
interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to
So
ask
y'all get
why.
a job, or I'll get another.
Oh, this one. Okay, I remember seeing this clip.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Okay, guys. Without going over the right.
Going
what the
over
hell has
right.
Jerry done right in the last 10 years? Guys, as you can tell, we're absolutely speechless about this. And Jerry Jones has completely run this team into the ground. And that interview right there shows you that he knows he has. And he's fighting back on it now because he knows he fucked up.
He's just too stubborn to admit it at this point. That
it's like we said, he's the Vince McMahon of the NFL.
Yes, someone in the comments actually put that he's the Vince McMahon of the NFL, and I absolutely agree.
I don't know. I don't see it getting better until he's gone. I don't know.
No, you're not wrong, dude. It's ridiculous, man. It's
because
I like how quickly he tried to deflect the questions that they were trying to ask.
Our home games aren't even home games. There's more of the opponent's fans
of the opponent's
at our
fans
home games
than Dallas fans. Yeah.
But here's why. So I joined this page that's like the Dallas Cowboys like ticket sales or whatever. Just tells me if I can get some cheap tickets. And literally everybody is fucking selling their season passes. Everybody.
Everybody's tired of it.
Yeah.
It's the same shit every year, and Jerry's doing nothing to fix it. And you know why he's doing that? Because everybody was still buying tickets. But if you stop selling tickets to your own fans, eventually you think maybe he might do something about it. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a chance to sign Derrick Henry for $6 million. $6 million. And you went and signed Zeke for the same fucking amount.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you doing? Oh, we couldn't afford him. Huh?
Oh, God.
I guarantee you, if they went and got Derrick Henry and even kept one of the offensive linemen that we had, that offense would look 10 times different.
Yeah.
What's Jimbo's doing over there?
Because he's feeling the same thing that we all feel. We're just tired of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Unleash, Jimbo. Come on. We're unhinged, buddy. Come on. You got this.
A joke of a team now. Honestly. Unbelievable, bro.
It really is. That's why I said I just watch the games and laugh now.
Yeah, for real. Here we go. Oh, now I got really serious. Here we go. Take your time. You got this. All right, bro.
This is gonna be a good one.
He's pausing for dramatic effect.
The bad against the good. You're not going to sit here and tell me about the bad I've done against the good that I've done.
Dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Dude, for real.
On what fucking planet is this old man living on?
Don't even know.
No, this is serious. We're called Unhinged and Undocumented, right? Great. Let's get unhinged for a moment. On what fucking planet is Jerry Jones living on? Because it's clearly not fucking Earth.
I'll be honest with you.
Different timeline where they're
that
winning.
Speech sounded like Joe Biden.
You're not going to sit here and talk to me about the bad without weighing in on the good that I've done. We haven't been to a Super Bowl in almost 30 years.
NFC Championship game.
There is no bad against the good. There's only bad.
Yeah.
There is nothing good.
The problem is he's getting old as fuck, and I think his dementia's kicking in, and he's just like, he thinks it's the 90s again.
I'm telling you, man, it's whoever the person that put that he's Vince McMahon is right. He's the Vince McMahon of the NFL. He's just stuck in his ways.
There's nothing good about this team.
God, no.
Okay? The only good thing about this team is that we're good, is that our owner is good at making us look like a complete fucking joke.
For real.
You want to know how bad this is? We look just as bad, if not worse, than the Cleveland fucking Browns. There. I said it.
Probably worse, to be honest.
We look as bad as when Cleveland signed Deshaun Watson to that big-ass fucking contract after everything that went down with him.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
Yep.
There is no good. There is no pros. There's nothing but cons.
And after all this, he says in another interview, we will not be active in the trade market. So why the fuck not? Why?
Bringing back Mike McCarthy was the biggest fucking mistake he made. Re-signing Dak Prescott to a multi-million-dollar contract, a multi-hundred-million-dollar contract, was the next biggest mistake he made. Bringing in Mike Zimmer and letting, Dan Quinn, go to the fucking Commanders was such a horrible move. Signing Zeke and not even making a play for Derrick Henry. The list goes fucking on and on and on and on. When does it fucking stop? I have never felt this bad about being a Dallas Cowboys fan in my entire fucking life. I am about this close from gathering up my jerseys and setting them to blaze.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
They're not. Yeah. They're not even worth the toilet paper I used to wipe my ass with. Y'all are laughing. I'm being so serious right now.
I'm believing you, bro.
The only thing I would not consider burning are my hats, but that's because my wife bought them for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm literally serious right now. I have never been so close in my life to gathering up my Dallas Cowboys shirts and my Cowboys memorabilia that people have bought me over the years and setting that shit ablaze because it's not worth having anymore. What's the fucking point?
You wear that shit out in public now, people just laugh at you.
Yeah,
We have an owner who clearly doesn't give a fuck about if this team is doing good or not. You're not going to sit here and tell me about the bad and not the good I've done. There is no good. Okay? We need to come to this meeting with you with all 32 other teams. Maybe they should. Maybe it'll fucking lead to something like, oh, I don't know, a fucking epiphany that this team sucks. I can't even make the argument with people who aren't Cowboys fans anymore because I feel like laughing at me.
Yeah.
At this point, the rest of the year is a fucking wash. I'll be surprised if we even get close to breaking 500.
And you know what? I hope we don't, because that means coaches are getting fired. Somebody's getting fired. We got to rework this thing because.
You know what the worst part about all this is? We can get rid of Mike McCarthy. We can get rid of what the hell is his name? Mike Zimmer. We can get rid of half the coaching staff. Okay? We can't get rid of Dak Prescott now. Because nobody's going to shell out that kind of money for him or offer anything that high for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not worth it.
Yeah.
Even to an organization that needs a quarterback, like the Cleveland Browns, like the Las Vegas Raiders, like I don't know who else sucks.
The Bengals. No.
They won't even take him. But I'm serious. You know, guys, I'm serious. Think about this. We can get rid of Mike McCarthy. We can get rid of Mike Zimmer. We can fire the whole fucking coaching staff and replace them. We can get rid of players left and right. We can't get rid of Dak Prescott for the next 4 years because of the lucrative deal that we signed him to. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says about he earned that contract. I don't give a shit what he did years ago. We're not in years ago anymore. We're in the now. And newsflash, he ain't doing shit to help get us to the Super Bowl. Not a fucking thing. And our owner ain't helping. So, at this point, scrap the fucking season. Put Dak Prescott on the fucking bench. Try to preserve him and see what you can get for him. And I can tell you now, it ain't going to be much. We're going to take probably one of the biggest hits in football history getting rid of him. And that's on the ownership's fault.
Yep.
We can't even get rid of one of the biggest problems. And I'm sorry, when Dak Prescott came into the league, yeah, he was a Cinderella story. He was a rookie no one thought was going to do good, but he became a pretty decent quarterback. What are we in now? Year 8? Year 9? I'm done talking about this.
Yeah. It's going to be a long
I don't want to
season,
talk
guys.
about this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. But anyway,
Fornication.
Fornication. Anyway,
Foreign object.
Cody Rafe was right. It's gonna be a long fucking season.
Well, that's the only bright side is I told everybody coming into this year that I was more excited for the Longhorn season than I was the Cowboy season because I didn't know what they were going to amount to. So at least we have that to look forward to.
Yeah, at least we got that to look forward to.
I thought the same thing when football season was about to start.
Fucking joke.
It's horrible. Anywho,
Hey,
on to the picks.
Moving on to our picks. Before we get into our picks, I just want to go ahead and point out last night's football game between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. Gentlemen, I talked about it last week, and I said I think Bo Nix is the real deal. I think Bo Nix is the real deal.
Yep.
Yeah, they suffered a loss to the Chargers, but he got it right back on course, and they beat the tar out of the Saints last night,
Who have
33-10.
lost 5 straight
Yeah, they
since
did.
beating the
Yep.
shit out of Dallas.
Yep. So remember that question we had at the beginning of the year? It is, are the Saints really a good team, or is Dallas just a really shitty fucking team? Well, we got our answer now. Dallas is just a really shitty fucking team.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on. Thank God we don't got to talk about it this week because they're on a bye, so we can go 1 week without being humiliated. Start off the week. We got the NFL London game between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of these teams are straight ass at 1-5. But I will take fuck it. I will take the New England Patriots over Sunshine and the Jaguars. I'll take them by a touchdown.
I'm gonna go Patriots by 3 points.
I'm going to go Patriots by 10.
I'll pick Patriots over AEW by a touchdown.
Moving on, we've got the Titans taking on the Bills. The Bills fell short 2 weeks ago and a loss, but then picked it up against Old Man Rodgers and the Jets with a W, taking on the Titans, who are just looking god awful.
Their defense is good though.
Sure, they're 1-4. They're not that good.
Well, I mean,
Right.
their defense allows the least yards per game.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll see if Josh Allen can change that because I'm taking the Bills in this one. I'll take the Bills by 2 touchdowns.
Speaking of, if y'all don't know, the Bills picked up Amari Cooper, so
Yes, they did.
I saw that.
Josh Allen got him another weapon. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bills by 2 touchdowns.
Not just that, Josh Allen's got him a proven weapon now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go Bills by 10. That's probably the best route runner in the league right there. So
Mm-hmm.
Bills by 2 touchdowns.
Moving on, we got the 5-1 Texans heading to Green Bay to take on the Pack and Jordan Love. Jordan Love looked like he got things together last week. This will be a tough game, but me and my boss were talking about it the other day. I feel like the Pack are going to come out on top of this one. So, and it's not biased. I promise that it's not. What do I have to be biased about? My team is fucking garbage. So I think the Pack are just gonna. I honestly think the Pack are gonna come out on top in this one. I will take Green Bay by 7 points.
I'll take Houston by 3 points.
I'm going to go Green Bay by 10.
Dude, 5-1 Texans is a sentence I never thought I'd ever hear ever. That's crazy. Regardless, I'll take the Packers by 10 points.
Moving on, we've got a battle between two of the other trash ass teams in the NFC East this year, between the Eagles and the Giants. Malik Neighbors has cleared concussion protocol and will be featured in this game. This is a hard one to call only because the Eagles are fucking garbage. So are the Giants. You got. I don't fucking know. I mean, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna say the Giants will beat the Eagles.
I'm gonna go Giants by 3 points. Fuck it.
I'm going to go Giants by 10, just so I can laugh.
Giants by 10.
All right. Moving on, we've got a pretty good matchup in the NFC as well. We got the 4-1 Lions coming off their demolishing win against the Cowboys, taking on, off the bye week, the 5-0 Vikings and Magic Man Sam Darnold. The Lions team has taken a pretty hefty and losing Aiden Hutchinson to that injury. But I think their defense is still really good. But the Vikings are something special, and I'm gonna ride the Purple People Eater bandwagon, and I'm gonna say the Vikings beat the Lions by 10 points.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go Detroit on the last minute field goal.
Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna go Vikings by a touchdown.
Okay.
Vikings by last minute touchdown.
Moving on, we've got the Seattle Seahawks, the Battle of the Birds, featuring the Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Looks like Geno Smith has been brought back down to earth just a little bit, but I still think he's doing pretty decent. They'll be taking on Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. I'll say that the Seahawks had the Falcons their third loss and tie it up at 4-3. I'll take the Seahawks by 10 points.
I'll go Falcons by 14 points.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Falcons by 10.
Okay.
Seahawks. Seahawks by a field goal.
Awesome, Blossom. Moving on, we've got a feature of two other trash teams. We got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. Oh man. I say Carson Wentz. My bad. I mean Joe Burrow. I say Joe Burrow will get the W here only because Deshaun Watson truly has nobody to go to anymore. After trading Amari Cooper and not exactly like he was utilizing him in any way, the Browns are just not helping themselves. So I'll take Joe Burrow and the Bengals by 2 scores.
I'll go Bengals by 10 points.
Bengals by 2 touchdowns.
Bengals by 2 touchdowns.
All right. Moving right along, we got the Dolphins taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Both teams were successful in getting dubs last week.
Tua says he's coming back. Not this week, but eventually.
Who?
Tua.
Oh, good Lord. The official
Is he really? Oh, God.
Yeah, the official spokesman for concussion. That's not funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll say that the Colts take this W. And I'll say they win by 10 points.
I'll go Colts by 7.
Colts by 14.
Cruz.
Colts by a touchdown.
Oh, poor Snowflake.
Jesus.
It's not Snowflake. It's not Snowflake.
You mean the Dolphin?
Moving on, we've got the Washington Commanders taking on the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, the trash ass team in the NFL. So the Commanders actually gave the Ravens a pretty good run last week and whatnot. I thought they were going to pull that one out, but the Ravens, so the Ravens did finish on top. Carolina sucks. Commanders, this one gets out of hand by 21 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders by 24.
I go Commanders by 17.
Okay.
I'll go football team by by 2 touchdowns.
Football team by 2 touchdowns. All right, moving on. We got the 2-4 Rams taking on. Oh, my bad. The Raiders taking on the Rams. Raiders have gone to Aiden O'Connell. Cooper Kupp might be back this week for Sam Bradford.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. For Matthew Stafford. I'll say the Rams.
A long time.
For real, though. I'll say that the Rams get the W over the Raiders Nation by 10 points.
I'll go Rams by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Rams by 14.
Rams by 10.
After that, we got the Super Bowl preview we've been waiting for, or from last year. We got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have not looked like themselves this year. I was expecting more from them, but I guess things just ain't panning out with all the injuries they've been dealing with. So, pending the referee's involvement, I'll say the Chiefs win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs by 14 points.
Yeah, I'll choose by 10.
Well, I'm gonna go upset here and say Niners win by field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City referees by 10 points.
Moving on, we've got the Jets with some shocking news out of New York. Devontae Adams has been traded from the Las Vegas Raiders to the Jets, pairing him back up with Old Man Rodgers again, giving him what I think is a pretty credible threat on the outside, along with Garrett Wilson. I really hope it doesn't cut into Garrett Wilson's attempts to him, but I will take the Steel Nation for the upset not for the upset, but I'll take the Steel Nation by 10 points.
I'll take Steelers on a last-minute field goal.
Okay.
I'm honestly expecting a decently big game from Devontae, so I'm gonna go Jets by 10.
Steelers on a last-minute touchdown.
All right, moving on. Moving on to Monday. We got 2 games on Monday night. First, we're going to go Chargers versus the Cardinals. Chargers have looked somewhat decent. And then the Cardinals have just been having problems. So I will take the Chargers for the win by 10 points.
I'll go Chargers by 7.
I'll go Cardinals by 3.
Awesome.
Ooh, getting frisky. iPhone Chargers by touchdown.
The iPhone Chargers, that's great. And moving on, and so for our last game of the week, on Monday night, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And this will be my upset pick of the week. I am taking the Buccaneers to upset the Ravens in Tampa Bay. Hear it now.
I'll go Ravens by 3 points.
Oh, I didn't say by how many. My bad. Though I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win by a touchdown.
I think Buccaneers will win by a touchdown as well. Baker's just on fire this year.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks by a touchdown.
Although Baker's interview, you could tell he's salty because Texas beat the hell out of OU.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, that's our picks for the week, you guys. Before we wrap up, just got one more thing I want to cover. I have gotten some requests for a little bit talk about baseball. We are in the postseason right now. Over on the NLCS, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers, who were actually taken apart today by the New York Mets, 12-6. LA leads that series 3-2. Mets have to win, or else the Mets go home. Over on the other side, in the ALCS, my New York Yankees.
At least Jimbo has something to smile about.
I do. My New York Yankees put up with a feisty Cleveland Guardians team tonight and picked up the win after dropping the last game 8-6. My New York Yankees now lead this series 3-1. We are exactly 1 game away. That's right. You're seeing this right. Because I know how all y'all feel about them. We are exactly 1 game away from our next American League pennant and heading to our next, what will be our 28th World Series championship. That's right. I'm calling it now. that baby's coming home with us. And if you don't like it, here's what I gotta say to you, all right? Shine that bad boy up, stick it sideways, and Cruz, tell him where to stick it.
Oh my god.
You candy ass.
Well, that's gonna do it for tonight, you guys. We will be back at y'all tomorrow evening to cover a little bit of wrestling because we've been a little bit behind on it. But or I don't think, did you guys cover last week's spread?
Cruz did. I just have to post it.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, I covered. By the way, I appreciate the three of y'all letting me do it by myself. I know y'all were all sick and whatnot. But yeah, for those watching, I did it by myself. I covered Bad Blood, that week's Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. But yeah,
Hey,
hopefully.
man.
I did watch it already too, Cruz. I just gotta post it.
Hey, man,
Okay,
that's our undocumented man right there taking the reins. Cruz, we knew you had it in you, baby. You got to keep doing it, man. But we'll be back at y'all first thing tomorrow after the game to cover our wrestling segment. Again, last week we were all dealing with a little bit of personal stuff, some illness and whatnot. So we're all back, good to go. That's gonna wrap up our segment for tonight, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the views. We appreciate y'all. Get the word out there. Unhinged and Undocumented every Friday night. And then possibly on Saturdays, even sometimes too, depending on the football schedule and whatnot. But we love you guys. Be blessed. Hook 'em horns.
Horns,
and we will see you guys next time. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Unhinged and Undocumented, I'm the big man Jimbo with the twin magic Cody and Rafe.
Thanks,
And
guys.
as of always, our undocumented man himself, Mr. Corpus.
Beat Georgia. Beat Georgia. Beat Georgia.
Yeah, be
Be blessed, y'all. We out.